I've been through GMB Elements programs a few times, and I've posted videos about it off and on for the last 3 to 4 years. And one of the questions people ask me is if GMB Elements is for them. So I want to tell y'all about this program, how I found it, what's in it, what you can get out of it, and who I think the ideal people are for this training program. What's up, y'all? My name is Prince, and I'm on a journey to help people find harmony in their life through martial arts, mindfulness practices, and tapping into our own inner power. This video, I'm going to talk about the workout program, GMB Elements, and if it is the right program for you. Now, off the top, I'm going to say that I feel like everyone can benefit from a program like GMB Elements, but I think there are some people who might be a better fit for the program. So I want to kind of share with you a review of my experience going through GMB Elements and tell you some of the things that I've learned after going through the program several times and seeing the changes and updates made to the program. So if you're watching this video, I'm going to guess that you're either interested in GMB Elements or you saw some of my older videos about going through GMB Elements a few years ago. Now, I've said this in a few other videos, but I was looking into adult gymnastics programs and various martial arts because I was looking to train myself to become a stuntman. An acquaintance of mine who's been in a lot of movies told me that if I put on my resume that I'd learn flips, falls, and fights, that I'd be good. So I set off looking for someone online to teach me. Some people told me that the only person who had anything to offer was Ito Portal. I think Ito is a talented dude, but I wasn't really interested. Now, a few people said I could save myself several thousands of dollars that I didn't have and check out Chris Summers' stuff. So a trainer friend of mine was getting good results from some of the stuff that he was doing under Chris Summers, but he mentioned how there was another program he looked at, but he decided against because it looked like it had a lot of games and gimmicks. Now, me being me, I wanted to know more about the games and gimmicks program, and that's how I ended up finding GMB. What I liked was the movement stuff. I almost got certified with Primal Move, but back when that was a thing, and a few months before that, I attended one of the first original strength workshops before it became a certification. I was really interested in the movement stuff, and the fact that Primal Move and original strength were tied into Gray Cook's functional movement screen. That made me feel like I had something to help grow a business through referrals from physical therapists and chiropractors who were dialed into the FMS, because I was personal training at that time. So as I started looking more into GMB, I saw that Jarlo was a physical therapist. He was also friends with Dr. Mark Chang, a guy who I know through social media and the kettlebell world as someone who's pretty connected in the FMS world. The other thing I really liked was that both Jarlo and Ryan are both into martial arts. They both study Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I think Jarlo does a lot of Filipino martial arts. So these guys really spoke my language, and it made me feel like these were the guys that I wanted to be my movement teachers. So the question you might have is, well, what can you get out of GMB Elements? Well, if you know anything about what I just said about the functional movement screen, Elements probably has a lot of the corrective measures that someone would need to do to improve their FMS scores. And if you have no idea what any of that FMS stuff means, look, that's okay. It's not really necessary. And besides, look, my FMS kit is in my garage in Nashville, Tennessee. And right now I'm on the other side of the planet in Thailand. So all you need to know is that you're probably gonna move better if you do this program. So Elements is really your introduction to more advanced movement skills that GMB teaches in some of their other programs. So it's like if you really want to see how deep the rabbit hole goes, you're going to want to start with Elements. Elements is your introduction to the GMB method of training and teaching movement skills, and you're going to work on your stability, mobility, and flexibility. So if you want to go on to learn more advanced skills, you're going to want to start with Elements. If you look at some of the GMB trainers and instructors who are doing lots of cool stuff and tutorials on YouTube and over on Instagram, the progressions that they're showing are all stuff that comes from Elements. So if you want to learn how to do all those cool skills or just have the confidence to know that you can do those things with a little bit of time and practice, well, you know, you're going to want to start with Elements. Elements is like taking your first steps into a bigger world of becoming physically autonomous through movement. So I talked about some things you'll learn from doing GMB Elements, but the question is, well, who is this program actually for? I mean, but that's a hard question to answer because I didn't design the program and I'm not a spokesperson for GMB. Even after I complete their apprenticeship program and become a certified GMB trainer, I still don't speak for the company. But I will say this much. I feel like anyone can benefit from GMB Elements, whether you're a power lifter or someone who already has a background in gymnastics. Maybe there's some areas where the former gymnast might be rusty, or just a different approach to learning those foundational exercises and movements that can benefit some of their more advanced skills. Everyone can benefit from doing this program if they approach it the right way. Now, the people that I feel that could probably get the most out of this program is someone who likes to train at home and would like to do something more than just the same old sets and reps, push-ups and squats bodyweight program. The great thing about this is that it is delivered online, and with the new format, I think you can get it on this new GMB app. So it's accessible basically anywhere, even if you take it with you to your gym. If your gym is open, I mean, we're still in the middle of the pandemic lockdowns at the time that I'm filming this. So lots of gyms are closed at various spots around the world. But you know what's not closed? GMB Elements. So here's a pandemic-proof workout that you can use now or later. You can do it in your living room, your garage, the park. You can even do it here on the beach in Southeast Asia. So if you're really wanting to know the nitty-gritty details about the program, like Prince, you're telling me how great this program is and that it might be for me, but what exactly am I going to get out of it? Well, it's an 8-week program designed around 3 BAPs. That's basic assessment positions, which are bear, frogger, and monkey. Now, I know what you might be thinking, like, I'm going to be doing these same 3 moves for 8 weeks. Like, what kind of program is this? Well, it's like that one saying goes about this being an inch wide, but a mile deep. See, there are all these sorts of variations of these 3 movements. And like I said, these movements are the foundation for more advanced skills that are coming later. That's why it's called elements, because these are the most basic components to more advanced compound movements. As I said earlier, if you want to get into more advanced movements like the handstand, the makako, backflips, look, you're going to want to start with elements. If you're not into the gymnastics thing, but you enjoy yoga, well, guess what? The Frogger will help you build up that crow pose and some of the other more difficult postures that might be in your yoga practice. And to my martial arts folks, oh man, I can go on and on for days talking about how GMB Elements can level up your martial arts game. Did I mention that 2 of the founders have an extensive history in various martial arts styles? I actually think all 3 of them might do, but I know the least about Andy, so I'm not going to speak for him. So is GMB Elements the right program for you? If you want to learn how to move better, I would say it is right for you. Everyone can benefit from better movement, but like I said, it has to be something that you really want. Otherwise, you're probably not going to stick with it or follow the directions properly. And look, there's no harm in that either. The confession that I'll make is that it took me a few years to actually get through the full program. I would start it, but not read the directions, and I felt like, oh man, I got this, and then I put it down. It honestly took me like 2 years to get past the first 2 weeks. And even after I completed Elements twice, when I started the apprenticeship, I realized that I was doing a lot of the movements wrong. I didn't pay attention to the 5 P's. That's prepare, practice, play, push, and ponder. And I tried to make the whole thing some intense workout. By the time I would get to week 6, I was dreading some of my training sessions, and I was usually hurt by the time I got to week 8, and I was just willing myself to complete the program. So don't approach this with like this go hard or go home mentality. This is kind of like a yoga practice. It's like a fitness as a mindfulness exercise program. You want to make your next rep your best rep. So I'll say that if you always wanted to do something like yoga, but you're just not into the whole hearing about chakras and you get bored doing asanas, or outside of seeing a bunch of women in yoga pants, you're not really all that enthused about doing a yoga class, I would say the Elements might be right for you. If you have aspirations of becoming a stuntman or get into martial arts tricking or starting to learn gymnastics on your own, I would definitely say that Elements is the right program for you. Again, I feel like Elements is a program that can benefit everyone. But in my opinion, people who are already tuned into their body and do things where you really need to be dialed in to move better in order to get better at some activity, those are the people that I highly recommend trying Elements. Now, is it better than Animal Flow or some of these styles of dynamic yoga or some other movement-based programs out there? Look, I really can't say. I've never really tried any of those, but I can say this. If you do elements, you're probably going to be better at doing some of the other stuff out there. So I'll leave the decision up to you. Anyway, this was a lot of fun, and I hope to hear back from all of y'all once you started and completed GMB Elements. I'm going to be talking more about GMB's programs in my own personal practice on a more consistent basis on this channel, so they won't be so sporadic as they've been in the past. And in the future, I'd like to host a GMB Elements study group or something where a bunch of us can go through the program together. But I won't be able to do anything like that until after I've completed my certification with GMB. So maybe I might look into that in the fall or later in the year. If you'd be interested in that, let me know down in the comments and maybe I'll let you know, or depending on when you see this, I might already be doing it. So I have to post an update in the comments section for all of y'all to come later. But okay, y'all, like I said, I hope you'll check out GMB Elements. Please feel free to keep me posted here, or if you join the Alpha Posse community on the official GMB site, you can post there and all the real experts can chime in to help you out. But that's all I got for this one. Look, feel free to check out some of my older videos on GMB Elements if you haven't already, but I'm going to wrap it up for this one. I've actually got to get to my GMB workout soon. So thanks for watching. Y'all keep on breathing, and I'll see you on the next video.